Hello, it's good to have you back on Vnews Bulletin. I'm Ho Nhung from Hanoi. Now the headlines as usual. Prime Minister hails prominent achievements of diplomatic sector. Promoting Vietnam-Malaysia trade. Bắc Hà Winter Festival in Lào Cai province. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc met South African ambassador in Hanoi on December 15th. He hailed the ongoing diplomat's accomplishments and his working term in Vietnam. At the reception, President Phúc applauded contributions of South African ambassador for elevating bilateral friendship and solidifying mutual trust. As bilateral economic cooperation has yet to match the two countries' potential, he hoped that two-way trade would be bolstered in the time to come. Ambassador Mapet Jain, for his part, expressed his gratitude to the Vietnamese government for the support he received during his mission. The ambassador said that he has exerted efforts in strengthening the country's ties across multiple fields since the start of his term. The 31st diplomatic conference took place in Hanoi on December 15th in both online and in-person formats. Addressing the event, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính spotlighted prominent achievements of the diplomatic sector over the last 2 years. The sector has effectively implemented the party's foreign policy, especially fulfilling the role of the ASEAN chair in 2020 and a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for the 2020-2021 term. The sector has also actively participated in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic and in socio-economic recovery and development, including the vaccine strategy, he stressed. However, besides such outstanding results, the country's diplomatic sector still faces challenges related to strategic research and diplomatic database, he noted. The Prime Minister outlined basic orientations for 3 pillars of diplomacy: politics, economy, and culture. Participants at the conference proposed specific measures to implement the motto "Economic diplomacy serving development" and taking people, localities, and businesses as the center of service. During the renewal process, the diplomatic sector has gained important achievements and left outstanding hallmarks on foreign affairs. Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn made the remarks in an interview with the Vietnam News agency. Through the consistent implementation of foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, multilateralization, diversification, and active international integration, the diplomatic sector has expanded and deepened relationships with many partners, Minister Sơn said.
Vietnam has taken advantage of a favorable international environment to mobilize resources from outside to serve its socio-economic development. The diplomatic sector has cooperated with relevant ministries and branches to accelerate the negotiations of free trade agreements. To date, 15 FTAs have been signed, including new generation ones. The overseas Vietnamese-related affairs have helped mobilize great resources of the experts for the cause of national building and safeguarding. Amid complicated developments of the COVID-19 epidemic, the diplomatic sector has mobilized international support in terms of vaccine, medical equipment, and treatment drugs to contribute to the prevention, control of, and safe adaptation to the pandemic.
According to the minister, as a key and pioneer force on the front of foreign affairs, the diplomatic sector will continue implementing the 13 National Party Congress resolutions, as well as the party and state's foreign policy and guidelines, and at the same time effectively carry out tasks to maintain the peaceful and stable environment, together with safeguarding the national sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity, and mobilizing external resources to better serve the country's socio-economic development and raise its position. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with Stephen Uvad Hazy, chairman of the Air Lease Corporation in Hanoi on December 15th. Prime Minister Chính told his guests in the field of aviation, the U.S. is Vietnam's leading partner, and currently, Vietnam is considered as the leading aviation market in the region. However, the government leader said that the COVID-19 pandemic has made a severe impact on aviation businesses, with Vietnam Airlines being the most affected. He proposed that a U.S. company assist Vietnam Airlines, especially in the sealed contracts that have not been implemented. Chairman Stephen Udvar-Hazy said that Vietnam Airlines has always performed effectively the signed agreements, and its cooperation with the Air Lease Corporation is at its best. He agreed to support Vietnam Airlines to share its difficulties and losses. On the occasion, the Vietnamese leader witnessed the exchange of a support agreement between the two companies, under which the U.S. firm affirmed $420 million direct discount of the current contract and cancellation of previously signed aircraft leasing contracts valued at $600 million. Vietnamese abroad are set to send home over $18 billion this year, a new record, making the country the 8th biggest remittances beneficiary globally.
The value is set to rise 5% from last year to account for 4.9% of Vietnam's GDP, according to a report by World Bank and Global Knowledge Partnership on Migration and Development. This means Vietnam will likely move up one place to rank 8th in remittances, behind India, China, and 5 other countries. This is the 8th consecutive year Vietnam has recorded a growth in remittances. Ho Chi Minh City is the biggest remittances beneficiary locality in Vietnam, accounting for 30% of the total, followed by central and northern localities.
The COVID-19 pandemic led to many blockades in Malaysia during 2021, affecting the activities of Vietnamese enterprises in the country to some extent. These enterprises have now been making efforts to promote economic and trade relations between the two countries. That the COVID-19 pandemic remains a complex matter, there are still bright spots in trade promotion activities between Vietnam and Malaysia. In particular, the Vietnam-Malaysia Business Association not only promotes its role as a bridge connecting Vietnamese businesses and Malaysian partners, but also enhances community responsibility with voluntary activities such as giving gifts and creating jobs for Vietnamese workers affected by the pandemic.
By connecting businesses and investors from Vietnam and Malaysia, the Vietnam-Malaysia Business Association has contributed to the two countries' total trade turnover of approximately $15 billion as of November. I appreciate this because it has taken place amid difficulties in the world, and Southeast Asian countries such as Vietnam and Malaysia are no exception.
Các nước trong khu vực Đông Nam Á, Việt Nam, Malaysia cũng không phải là ngoại lệ.
The Malaysian Trade Promotion Agency previously led a business delegation to Vietnam that included representatives from 17 Malaysian companies to explore cooperation and business opportunities. These operate in the fields of manufacturing, components, cosmetics, and food, and such activities open up the opportunity for Vietnamese businesses to expand to Malaysia.
If Vietnam wants to penetrate into the Malaysian market, it needs to pay attention to certain issues. Firstly, with food products, it is necessary to secure halal certification and meet Malaysia's food safety regulations in general. It is also crucial to actively participate in exhibitions such as food fairs, which have a lot of international customers in attendance.
Vietnam and Malaysia are increasingly stepping up trade and economic promotions with the aim of boosting bilateral trade turnover to 76 billion ringgit or $18 billion by 2025. A conference to promote investment from the Republic of Korea in the northern province of Thái Bình was held online on December 13th by the Vietnamese Embassy in Korea, the Korea Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Provincial People's Committee. At the event, Thái Bình People's Committee representatives spotlighted the province's advantages of abundant human resources, uniform transport and infrastructure network, dynamic and innovative administration apparatus, and a big land fund for agricultural development. Korean businesses were updated on information related to land lease, energy supply, uniform infrastructure construction plan, support policies of Taiping Province for cooperation models between industrial human resources training institutions and enterprises. Taiping is now home to 24 Korea invested projects worth about $83 million. Recently, more and more Korean investors have explored opportunities and decided to invest in the province. So far this year, the province has attracted 5 foreign investor projects with a total registered capital $420 million, over 7 times higher than the same time last year. Vietnam has been named Asia's best river cruise destination at this year's World Cruise Awards, the most prestigious prize in the global cruise tourism industry.
It surpassed 4 other rivals, Cambodia, China, Laos, and Thailand, to claim the title. The awards were based on votes cast by industry professionals, the media, and consumers. Singapore was named winner of Asia Best Cruise Destination category. World Cruise Awards, a sister event of World Travel Awards, serves to recognize, reward, and celebrate excellence in the global cruise sector. Vietnam has a dense river network containing 2,360 rivers with a total length of more than 10 kilometers, about 6.2 miles. In recent years, luxury river cruise tours passing famed attractions and ancient temples have become a not-to-be-missed experience while visiting Vietnam.
That is all for this hour. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time.